Come on in the room, guys. Uh, oh man. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. I ain't gonna tell you no lie, man. This is some crazy stuff, man. Let me get this video shared out, man. Let me get this video shared out to get some peoples on this live stream, bro. I gotta do this one. I had to do this one. I had to. It's only right, man. Let me go ahead and share it. I gotta get some peoples on this live stream this morning, bro. Trump train, bottom of the hour, double tap the stream for the win. If you're coming in on my live, hit that like button. Trump train is live. Bottom of the hour, baby. This is crazy, man. See, what I be trying to get people to realize, right? Y'all think these rappers and celebrities really on Kamala Harris's side. That's what a lot of y'all think. A lot of y'all really think that these rappers be on Kamala Harris's side, and they don't, man. You know what I'm saying? Take Nelly for instance. Nelly just did the unthinkable. I mean, come on, man. Y'all gotta, man, boy, I tell you, man. Ooh, boy. Let me get this video shared out. Hit that like button, man. It's free. It's free. It's free. Let me go ahead and pin that message. Yeah, let me go ahead and pin that message, man. This shit here crazy. So I was thinking, right? Somebody hit me up yesterday. They say, yo, did you hear about Nelly? I say Nelly. They said he had a rapper Nelly. I said, what's up with the rapper Nelly? But they say Nelly went in on Kamala Harris, and I say, what? You talking about the dude from the Saint Lunatics? It was like, yeah, that guy Nelly. I was like, what's going on? They was like, boy, Nelly went in on Kamala Harrison, and then something about her husband being a white man. Hold on, I'm coming. Let me share this video out. Let's go. Let me share this video out. Thank you for hitting the like button, whoever doing that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Let me get this thing shared on out one more time. I got to get some peoples in on this live stream because I'm going to tell y'all, for the rapper Nelly, we talking about give me 2 per. I need 2 per so I can get the stomping. And my Air Force Ones just went in on Kamala Harrison, man. Boy, look at here. Let me tell y'all something. If you support Trump, man, hit that like button. If you support President Trump, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button right now. Let's go. Let's go. Nelly. I'm finna tell y'all something. This it right here. This the last share. This the last share. I gotta get it shared out, man, because this is exclusive information. See, y'all faking with it, bro. Y'all faking. I ain't got time for the procrastination. You know what I'm saying? Look, let me tell y'all something. It's on point. Oh, that's crazy, man. This is crazy. All right, so I got to share it out. So let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all guys something right now. And I know this may rub some people the wrong way. Some people may get mad like they always do, especially when I come on here and talk my and drop a little ism, right? So word in the streets, Nelly is saying that Kamala Harrison married the white guy that she's married to now, right? Listen at me good. Nelly said Kamala only married that white man because she wanted to use that to her advantage for the election. From my understanding, Kamala Harrison had just married that guy 7 months before she started campaigning for president. Did y'all just hear what I say? So a lot of y'all thought Kamala Harrison had been married to this white man for some years, ain't it? See, that's what a lot of y'all was thinking. Even I was thinking that. I'm like, damn, Kamala Harrison married to a white man. I ain't know that because I know the last time she was caught up in that relationship with Willie Brown and all that other stuff went haywire left field or whatever, right? But the rapper Nelly exposed it, man. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. When I tell y'all that black peoples is for Donald Trump, blacks are for Trump, man. It ain't just regular civilians or citizens or whatever for Donald Trump. You got these rappers. We talking about Nelly. We talking about Lil Bootsy. We talking about NBA YoungBoy. We talking about Lil Wayne. We talking about Kodak Black. We talking about a lot of these peoples out here. You see what I'm saying? That have, you know what I'm saying, Donald Trump best interests at heart, man. But see, what y'all fail to realize is this right here. Democrats, I know y'all said I stay on y'all a whole lot, but I got to, man. It's because y'all don't realize and understand that the world don't revolve around Democrats no more. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had the opportunity. Listen, let me tell you something, right? And I ain't even gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold y'all long, I promise. Y'all had the opportunity to do a lot of great things for this country, right? And you failed to do so. Now, for rappers, for individual like Nelly, the rapper Nelly from St. Louis, he stated that most recent Kamala Harrison was trying to come to St. Louis and encourage the people down there to vote for her because she was running for the presidential election in 2028. Now, my thing is this right here. It's not going to happen because Nelly has a huge influence over St. Louis. And if Nelly speak, the people's going to follow. So why Kamala Harrison already trying to prepare in advance to go out there and manipulate them peoples in St. Louis to vote for her for president in 2028? It's not going to happen, man. Trump all day, every day, man. If you're a Trump supporter, type MAGA in the chat right now. I need to see MAGA in my chat right now, man, because, see, I'm going to tell you, P. Diddy lucky. P. Diddy is lucky to have beaten 3 of those 5 charges. But we're going to talk about that in another video because I just posted a video this morning. Somebody say P. Diddy is not out. I don't know. Make baby all great again. Man, get out of here. Man, y'all go ahead over that, man. Don't do Puff Daddy like that. If y'all see, I'm going to tell y'all, man, P. Diddy was going to get out anyway. Because, see, Donald Trump was going to pardon him in despite of the fact that they had some bad things to say about President Trump. See, one thing about Donald Trump, he's a forgiving person. He's a forgiving president. You know what I'm saying? So he wouldn't have felt a certain kind of way. Donald Trump gonna pardon the man either way it go. But what I want y'all to know is this right here. Y'all gotta realize, let me tell y'all something, man, because see, a lot of y'all don't pay close attention when President Donald Trump speak. Donald Trump specifically told y'all, all y'all have to do is stand with him. If y'all stick with him, he gonna stick with us, bro. Now, if you's a true Donald Trump supporter, I don't know why you coming in on this live stream and not hitting that like button. I need y'all to get them likes up. You see what I'm saying? Because, see, I'm just laying here. Listen, let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all something. For the black peoples out there that hate President Trump, not all, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of black people supported Trump, you know what I'm saying, for president. We voted for him. But for the ones out there that still have a certain feel or something about Trump, reframe that, bro. Go ahead and just let it go, man. Let it go and accept the fact that this man did the opposite. He did not do what Kamala Harris and them said. Oh, he the Project 2025. He gonna have y'all black folks out there in Cottonville. Y'all gonna be picking cotton. Y'all gonna be doing this. Y'all gonna be doing. That's a damn lie. That's a bold-faced lie, bro. And you know it and everybody else knows it's a bold-faced lie. You know what I'm saying? That was never a part of Donald Trump's plan. All this stuff that we've been talking about over the course of weeks, man, all this is all the stuff that these Democrats was trying to implement, especially Kamala Harrison. She was at the forefront. Kamala Harrison, even Barack Obama was down with that stuff, man. Bill Clinton, they had George Bush down with it. Man, it was a whole slew of Democrats that was going to come together, bro, to try to overthrow Donald Trump. Y'all don't believe that, though. Y'all don't believe that. See, that's the thing about y'all out there right now, man. Y'all just take what the media say and run with it. You don't care about doing your own personal investigation. You don't care about saying, you know what, let me see if these are facts, what these people speak. See, a lot of y'all don't care about that. You just sit here and allow your mind to get intertwined and caught up and twisted in this nonsense and this foolishness, man. But like I said, I ain't going to hold y'all long this morning. Trump train, bottom of the hour. I know it's very early. A lot of y'all probably still in bed. bed. A lot of y'all probably getting ready to go to work. That's why we only got 136 people on live and 20 likes. I get it. So that's telling me right now, self-conscious, go ahead and end the live stream because people are still sleeping in the bed. And I respect that. All I wanted to do was just come on here this morning and let y'all know, you know what I'm saying, that I am not the only person that feel the way that he feel about Kamala Harrison. You got the rapper Nelly that's speaking out right now. You got a lot of other celebrities that's speaking out right now about Kamala Harrison. And let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all remember? I think I just talked about it several times about the White House, the cocaine that they found in the White House. I talked about that. I don't know if y'all guys remember me speaking on that, but guess what? Cocaine was found in the White House. The media spoke on it one time, and that was last year. They spoke on it one time. We talking about June of last year. So we already a year over and past since they found this cocaine in the White House, right? And the media talked about it once, and after that, they just, swept it under the rug. Ain't nobody else heard nothing about it. My thing is this right here, man. We need to get this video shared out. We need to reach President Donald Trump because we would like for President Donald Trump to reopen that case and investigate that case. Yeah, because some just ain't in the milk. Some in the milk just ain't clean, man. We talking about cocaine, 2 kilos of cocaine being found in the White House. Now, I can tell y'all who they said the cocaine belonged to, you know what I'm saying? And as a matter of fact, they said Kamala Harrison and Joe Biden had hands on that. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. But if I had to guess, I would say yes because we know Kamala Harrison done a whole lot of things, man. She done did a whole lot of things to black men in particular. See, Kamala Harrison was targeting black men. She didn't care about black men. She hate black men. That's why she went out there in California and did what she did to black men. Locked them all up and just threw away the keys, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why I never celebrated that woman from the beginning. All that bullshit she was talking about, she black, I already knew what time it was. That was a smoke screen. Because, see, Candace Owens been exposed Kamala Harrison. You go over there to Candace Owens right now and search her videos. Candace Owens got the paperwork on Kamala Harrison right now. She was never black, bro. That was all a smoke screen. That was the manipulate the minds of the black people because she feel like black folks go for fried shit. Oh, yeah, I'm black. I'm going to do this and that for the black people. She done already denounced that she wasn't black. She done already said she wasn't going to do nothing to help black people. Then you got Joe Biden calling black people super predators. See, we had a racist president and a racist vice president in office for the whole 4 years, man. So it's no coincidence. It's no secret why the world was so effed up like it was because look, who we had at the helm. We had a bunch of nobodies, man, a bunch of nonsense, a bunch of foolishness, man. Tomorrow is the 4th of July, man, and Kamala Harris and Cricket Joe Biden got some tricks up their sleeves. Let me tell y'all something. I ain't going to hold you long. You can say whatever you want to say. You can think whatever you want to say. At the end of the day, I'm going to tell you like this right here. Donald J. Trump is the greatest president in the history of America. And if you believe that Donald J. Trump is the greatest president in the history of America, type MAGA in the chat right now. Keep tapping the stream. Get the likes up. If you really believe that Donald Trump is the greatest president in America history, I want to see y'all type MAGA in my chat this morning, man. Because see, right now, I'm about to just go all the way in. I'm about to just go in, man. Y'all pissing me off with this Donald Trump hate stuff. And I'm finna tell y'all something about Donald Trump. Let me go ahead and tell y'all something about President Trump. I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know some stuff about President Trump that a lot of people don't know about Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you like this right here. As I lay back in my bed and I sit back and I reflect on this whole entire election, everything that took place, President Donald Trump getting shot at, people's trying to take this man's life, people saying all this horrible stuff. They convicted him on these 34 bogus ass felonies, and which was misdemeanors from the beginning, accusing this man of stealing this, accusing this man of interfering with this election, with the ballots and all. It was just a whole bunch of bullshit. So 2024 is a year that we all need to reflect on, especially if you're a Republican. All Republicans need to reflect back on 2024 because that was a hell of a year for us, man, especially for President Trump. The man went through a whole lot for this country, man. And like I said, every day, every opportunity I come on my live stream, I'm going to talk about President Donald Trump. I don't care who don't like what I say. You can say, man, all he do is talk about President Donald Trump. All he do is come on live talking about President Donald Trump. You damn right. You damn right that's what I do. Because the last time I checked, this is a Donald Trump platform. This is a Donald Trump platform. I represent MAGA. I'm a real Republican. See, I ain't like one of them fake ass Republicans out there. I don't rock like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real Republican. I'm a true Donald Trump supporter. See, a lot of people say they Republicans. A lot of people say they true Trump supporters, but they ain't. They be faking just like the Democrats, man. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be on point. Us real Republicans, we got to be on point and be able to identify those fake ass Republicans out there. Because you got a lot of fake Republicans out there. They just come in on the live just to infiltrate. They come in on my live street to infiltrate like they Republicans just so they can go back and report shit to the Democrats. Oh, he said this about Donald Trump. Oh, he said Donald Trump about to do this next. Oh, he said Donald Trump about to do that next. See, that's what y'all do, man. That's what y'all do, infiltrators. Fake ass Republicans and hating ass Democrats. Part my language because y'all know I strive not to do all this cussing, using profanity on my live stream. I just like to be direct to the people, man. President Donald Trump is doing things for this country that we never seen done before. And I repeat this every day. Y'all want to know why I'm repetitive every day? Can I go ahead and tell y'all? Y'all ready for me to drop this bomb? Can I go ahead and tell y'all while I repeat some of the same stuff daily over and over and over again? Of course I can, because when I go into my YouTube analytics, guess what it says? Man, you got 30, 40,000 new people coming and visiting your channel every day. So guess what I do? What I've shared with 30 and 40,000 before, I'm going to share with 30 and 40,000 now. So I'm going to keep everybody up to speed and everybody up to par as to what I talk about. You feel what I'm saying? So while y'all sitting there saying, oh, he limited, he ain't got nothing to talk about, I got plenty to talk about. But I'm going to continue to reiterate every time analytics show me I got new people's coming to my channel. I'm going to keep talking about the same stuff because I want peoples to know, man, a lot of peoples are in the blind. A lot of people don't realize what's going on around them, man. But y'all want to sit here. Y'all want to sit here and run y'all mouth about something that you don't even have no knowledge of. Because, see, the last time I checked, I don't care what nobody say. President Donald Trump said at the end of the day, if you on Medicaid and if you receiving disability and your ass able to get out of work, he finna take that away from you. Donald Trump said your ass finna go to work. That's right. He said you finna get up off your monkey behind and take your butt out there and work and earn your own money the right way. You're not finna set up and depend on the government. See, that's what a lot of y'all out there doing. A lot of y'all depending on the government. What's going on, Renee? A lot of y'all depending on the government. But I'm going to tell you right now, at the end of the day, if I tell you a duck and pull a truck, you better hook him up. It is what it is. Because, see, I'm finna show y'all something. I ain't got to make it up. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you what President Donald Trump said. I'm finna show y'all right now what Trump said. Yeah. Watch this right here. Watch what Trump said about the Medicaid. Trump, look at this. Trump on Medicaid. That's right. Trump on Medicaid. Watch this right here. Uh-huh. Y'all gonna give you something to hate about. That's right. Get up off your ass and go to work. That's what Donald Trump said. That's right, because he cut Medicaid. That's right. That's right. That's right. Bringing jobs and all that. See, that's what people don't understand and realize, man. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. And then you got Senator Bernie Sanders. Uh-oh. 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 Here go Donald Trump. Check this out. Check this out. Y'all come on in. Look at this.
Yeah, the Democrats have it wrong. Yeah. Waste, fraud, and abuse. In fact, if you look at what's gone on, we've gone way back. We take care of Medicaid. We take care of Medicare. They will blow Medicare and Medicaid because they have no idea what they're doing. Just like they don't have any idea what they did on the border, they have no idea. Medicaid is in big trouble with the Democrats.
Did you promise anyone who loses their health care coverage that is because of waste, fraud, and abuse?
Waste, fraud, only waste, fraud, and abuse, which is what everybody wants.
Hold on, let me replay that. Y'all listen at this again.
Are there concerns about the Medicaid cuts, though, Mr.
No,
President?
we're not going to be playing with Medicaid.
An estimated
Only waste, fraud, and
million
abuse.
Americans could lose
Yeah,
their
the
coverage.
Democrats have it wrong. Yeah. Waste, fraud, and abuse. In fact, if you look at what's gone on, we've gone way back. We take care of Medicaid. We take care of Medicare. They will blow Medicare and Medicaid because they have no idea what they're doing. Just like they don't have any idea what they did on the border, they have no idea. Medicaid is in big trouble with the Democrats.
Did you promise anyone who loses their health care coverage that is because of waste, fraud, and abuse?
Waste, fraud, only waste, fraud, and abuse, which is what everybody wants.
Hold on. Let me ask y'all a question. Did y'all just hear what that man just said? Did y'all just hear that? See, Medicaid is in trouble with the Democrats, not with the Republicans. Because, see, the Democrats never had no idea as to what they was doing from the beginning with the Medicaid, right? But that ain't it, because check this out right here. That ain't it. I'm finna give y'all the bomb right here. I say the best for last before I end the live stream. I always do that.
Mr. Speaker, I found the preamble to this big ugly bill. We the billionaires and our king, in order to deform and sicken our union, establish injustice, ensure domestic servility, weaken our people's defenses, undermine the general welfare, and reserve to ourselves and our posterity staggering debt servitude for eternity, do hereby instruct the Republicans in Congress to strip 17 million people of their health care, increase co-pays, deductibles, and premiums for everyone else. Congressman Jimmy Raskin, Democrat of Maryland, delivered what he said should be the preamble to that bill, currently working its way through Congress as a ranking member of the Judiciary Committee, and he joins me now. Congressman, let me just first start by your understanding of where things do stand with this bill. It's up in the air. We've been sent home for the night. There are at least three groups of Republicans who are acting very recalcitrant and evasive. One are those who are saying that this is an absolute debt exploder, and they spend all their time talking about reducing deficits and debt, and this will add $3.5 or $4 trillion to the debt. A second group is those who are really afraid, if not for moral reasons, then at least political reasons, of what it means to throw 17 million people off of Medicaid and 42 million people off of nutrition assistance. So they might be afraid for their election, or they might be having some pang of conscience about it. And the third are those who learned from the Senate that they should hold out and try to shake Trump down for whatever.
Hold on, that ain't the video. Get them likes up, guys. Come on, get the likes up, man. Let me show y'all this video, man. I think I pulled up the wrong one. I want y'all to see what. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Get them likes up. I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm gonna show you something. Versus Trump. I want to show y'all something. There it is. This is what I wanted to show y'all right here the whole time. I want y'all to pay attention to something. Democrats want to know why Kamala Harris lost the election, right?
I'm going to read it. This was
Watch this here.
group of people that got together. They came up with
Watch this here.
Aspirations, the dreams of the American people. And that is why I imagine and have actually a plan to build what I call an opportunity economy. Because here's the thing. We know that we have a shortage of homes and housing, and the cost of housing is too expensive for far too many people. We know that young families need support to raise their children, and I intend on extending a tax cut for those families of $6,000, which is the largest child tax credit that we have given in a long time, so that those young families can afford to buy a crib, buy a car seat, buy clothes for their children. My passion, one of them, is small businesses. My mother raised my sister and me, but there was a woman who helped raise us. We call her our second mother. She was a small business owner. I love our small businesses. My plan is to give a $50,000 tax deduction to start up small businesses, knowing they are part of the backbone of America's economy. My opponent, on the other hand, his plan is to do what he has done before, which is to provide a tax cut for billionaires and big corporations, which will result in $5 trillion to America.
Hold up, guys. I got to put this on the big screen. I got to put this on the big screen right here. Yeah, let's go put this on the big screen.
Your aura is limitless.
I'm gonna put this one on the big screen, baby.
Aura is limitless, blocking distractions brilliantly from interrupting your flow. Introducing the Lenovo Aura Edition AI PC.
Okay, there we go. Hold up. Okay, there we go. Okay. There we go. There go that debate. There it is. There it is.
In our country, if not the world, have reviewed our relative plans for the future of America.
Let me go back. Let me go back because I want you Democrats to see why Kamala Harris lost this election. Watch this. Watch this.
The issue that voters repeatedly say is their number one issue, and that is the economy and the cost of living in this country. Vice President Harris, you and President Trump were elected 4 years ago, and your opponent on the stage here tonight often asks his supporters, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? When it comes to the economy, do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago?
So I was raised as a middle-class kid. And I am actually the only person on this stage who has a plan that is about lifting up the middle class and working people of America. I believe in the ambition, the aspirations, the dreams of the American people. And that is why I imagine and have actually a plan to build what I call an opportunity economy. Because here's the thing. We know that we have a shortage of homes and housing. And the cost of housing is too expensive for far too many people. We know that young families need support to raise their children, and I intend on extending a tax cut for those families of $6,000, which is the largest child tax credit that we have given in a long time, so that those young families can afford to buy a crib, buy a car seat, buy clothes for their children. My passion, one of them, is small businesses. My mother raised my sister and me, but there was a woman who helped raise us. We call her our second mother. She was a small business owner. I love our small businesses. My plan is to give a $50,000 tax deduction to start up small businesses, knowing they are part of the backbone of America's economy. My opponent, on the other hand, his plan is to do what he has done before, which is to provide a tax cut for billionaires and big corporations, which will result in $5 trillion to America's deficit. My opponent has a plan that I call the Trump's sales tax, which would be a 20% tax on everyday goods that you rely on to get through the month. Economists have said that Trump sales tax would actually result for middle-class families in about $4,000 more a year because of his policies and his ideas about what should be the backs of middle-class people paying for tax cuts for billionaires.
President Trump, I'll give you 2 minutes.
First of all, I have no sales tax. That's an incorrect statement. She knows that. We're doing tariffs on other countries. Other countries are going to finally, after 75 years, pay us back for all that we've done for the world. And the tariff will be substantial in some cases. I took in billions and billions of dollars, as you know, from China. In fact, they never took the tariff off because it was so much money they can't. It would totally destroy everything that they've set out to do. They're taking in billions of dollars from China and other places. They've left the tariffs on. When I had it, I had tariffs, and yet I had no inflation. Look, we've had a terrible economy because inflation which is really known as a country buster. It breaks up countries. We have inflation like very few people have ever seen before, probably the worst in our nation's history. We were at 21%, but that's being generous because many things are 50, 60, 70, and 80% higher than they were just a few years ago. This has been a disaster for people, for the middle class, but for every class. On top of that, we have millions of people pouring into our country from prisons and jails, from mental institutions and insane asylums, and they're coming in and they're taking jobs that are occupied right now by African Americans and Hispanics, and also unions. Unions are going to be affected very soon. And you see what's happening. You see what's happening with towns throughout the United States. You look at Springfield, Ohio. You look at Aurora in Colorado. They are taking over the towns. They're taking over buildings. They're going in violently. These are the people that Xi and Biden led into our country, and they're destroying our country. They're dangerous. They're at the highest level of criminality, and we have to get them out. We have to get them out fast. I created one of the greatest economies in the history of our country. I'll do it again and even better.
We are going to get to immigration and border security during this debate, but I would like to let Vice President Harris respond on the economy here.
Well, I would love to. Let's talk about what Donald Trump left us. Donald Trump left us the worst unemployment since the Great Depression. Donald Trump left us the worst public health epidemic in a century. Donald Trump left us the worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War. And what we have done is clean up Donald Trump's mess. What we have done and what I intend to do is build on what we know are the aspirations and the hopes of the American people. But I'm going to tell you all in this debate tonight, you're going to hear from the same old tired playbook, a bunch of lies, grievances, and name calling. What you're going to hear tonight is a detailed and dangerous plan called Project 2025 that the former president intends on implementing if he were elected again. I believe very strongly that the American people want a president who understands the importance of bringing us together, knowing we have so much more in common than what separates us. And I pledge to you to be a president for all Americans.
President Trump will give you a minute here to respond.
Number one, I have nothing to do, as you know, and as she knows better than anyone, I have nothing to do with Project 2025. That's out there. I haven't read it. I don't want to read it purposely. I'm not going to read it. This was a group of people that got together. They came up with some ideas, I guess some good, some bad, but it makes no difference. I have nothing to do. Everybody knows I'm an open book. Everybody knows what I'm going to do. Cut taxes very substantially and create a great economy like I did before. We had the greatest economy. We got hit with a pandemic. And the pandemic was not since 1917, where 100 million people died, has there been anything like it. We did a phenomenal job with the pandemic. We handed them over a country where the economy and where the stock market was higher than it was before the pandemic came in. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. We made ventilators for the entire world. We got gowns, we got masks, we did things that nobody thought possible. And people give me credit for rebuilding the military. They give me credit for a lot of things, but not enough credit for the great job we did with the pandemic. But the only jobs they got were bounce back jobs. These were jobs bounced back, and it bounced back and it went to their benefit. But I was the one that created them. They know it, and so does everybody else.
Vice President Harris, I'll let you respond.
So Donald Trump has no plan for you. And when you look at his economic plan, it's all about tax breaks for the richest people. I am offering what I describe as an opportunity economy, and the best economists in our country, if not the world, have reviewed our relative plans for the future of America. What Goldman Sachs has said is that Donald Trump's plan would make the economy worse, mine would strengthen the economy. What the Wharton School has said is Donald Trump's plan would actually explode the deficit. 16 Nobel laureates have described his economic plan as something that would increase inflation and by the middle of next year would invite a recession. You just have to look at where we are and where we stand on the issues. And I'd invite you to know that Donald Trump actually has no plan for you because he is more interested in defending himself than he is in looking out for you.
That's just a soundbite to hear what that to say. Look, I went to the Wharton School of Finance, and many of those professors, the top professors, think my plan is a brilliant plan. It's a great plan. It's a plan that's going to bring up our worth, our value as a country. It's going to make people want to be able to go and work and create jobs and create a lot of good, solid money for our country. And just to finish off, she doesn't have a plan. She copied Biden's plan, and it's like 4 sentences, like run, spot, run. 4 sentences that are just, oh, we'll try and lower taxes. She doesn't have a plan. Take a look at her plan. She doesn't have a plan.
Mr. President, I do want to drill down on something you both brought up. The Vice President brought up your tariffs. You responded, and let's drill down on this, because your plan is what she calls is essentially a national sales tax. Your proposal calls for tariffs, as you pointed out here, on foreign imports across the board. You recently said that you might double your plan, imposing tariffs up to 20% on goods coming into this country. As you know, many economists say that with tariffs at that level, costs are then passed on to the consumer. Vice President Harris has argued it'll mean higher prices on gas, food, clothing, medication, arguing it costs the typical family nearly $4,000 a year. Do you believe Americans can afford higher prices because of tariffs?
They're not going to have higher prices. What's going to have, and who's going to have higher prices, is China and all of the countries that have been ripping us off for years. I was the only president ever. China was paying us hundreds of billions of dollars, and so were other countries. And, you know, if she doesn't like them, they should have gone out and they should have immediately cut the tariffs. But those tariffs are there 3.5 years now under their administration. We are going to take in billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars. I had no inflation, virtually no inflation. They had the highest inflation perhaps in the history of our country, because I've never seen a worse period of time. People can't go out and buy cereal or bacon or eggs or anything else. The people of our country are absolutely dying with what they've done. They've destroyed the economy. And all you have to do is look at a poll. The polls say 80 and 85 and even 90% that the Trump economy was great, that their economy was terrible.
Vice President Harris, I do want to ask for your response, and you heard what the president said there, because the Biden administration did keep a number of the Trump tariffs in place. So how do you respond?
Well, let's be clear that the Trump administration resulted in a trade deficit, one of the highest we've ever seen in the history of America. He invited trade wars. You want to talk about his deal with China? What he ended up doing is, under Donald Trump's presidency, he ended up selling American chips to China to help them improve and modernize their military, basically sold us out, when a policy about China should be in making sure the United States of America wins the competition for the 21st century, which means focusing on the details of what that requires, focusing on relationships with our allies, focusing on investing in American-based technology so that we win the race on AI, on quantum computing, focusing on what we need to do to support America's workforce so that we don't end up having on the short end of the stick in terms of workers' rights. But what Donald Trump did, let's talk about this, with COVID, is he actually thanked President Xi for what he did during COVID. Look at his tweet. Thank you, President Xi, exclamation point, when we know that Xi was responsible for lacking and not giving us transparency about the origins of COVID.
President Trump, I'll let you respond.
First of all, they bought their chips from Taiwan. We hardly make chips anymore because of philosophies like they have and policies like they have. I don't say her because she has no policy. Everything that she believed 3 years ago and 4 years ago is out the window. She's going to my philosophy now. In fact, I was going to send her a MAGA hat. She's gone to my philosophy. But if she ever got elected, she'd change it. And it will be the end of our country. She's a Marxist. Everybody knows she's a Marxist. Her father's a Marxist professor in economics, and he taught her well. But when you look at what she's done to our country, and when you look at these millions and millions of people that are pouring into our country monthly, where it's, I believe, 21 million people, not the 15 that people say, and I think it's a lot higher than the 21. That's bigger than New York State pouring in. And just look at what they're doing to our country. They're criminals. Many of these people coming in are criminals. And that's bad for our economy, too. You know, you mentioned before, we'll talk about immigration later. Well, bad immigration is the worst thing that can happen to our economy. They have, and she has, destroyed our country with policy that's insane. Almost policy that you say they have to hate our country.
President Trump, thank you. Lindsay?
I want to turn to the issue of abortion. President Trump, you've often touted that you were able to kill Roe v. Wade. Last year, you said that you were proud to be the most pro-life president in American history. Then last month, you said that your administration would be great for women and their reproductive rights. in your home state of Florida, you surprised many with regard to your 6-week abortion ban, because you initially had said that it was too short. And you said, quote, I'm going to be voting that we need more than 6 weeks. But then the very next day, you reversed course and said you would vote to support the 6-week ban. Vice President Harris says that women shouldn't trust you on the issue of abortion because you've changed your position so many times. Therefore, why should they trust you?
Well, the reason I'm doing that vote is because the plan is, as you know, the vote is, they have abortion in the 9th month. They even have, and you can look at the governor of West Virginia, the previous governor of West Virginia, not the current governor, who's doing an excellent job, but the governor before, he said the baby will be born and we will decide what to do with the baby. In other words, we'll execute the baby. And that's why I did that, because that predominates, because they're radical. The Democrats are radical in that. And her vice presidential pick, which I think was a horrible pick, by the way, for our country, because he is really out of it. But her vice presidential pick says abortion in the 9th month is absolutely fine. He also says execution after birth. It's execution, no longer abortion, because the baby is born, is okay. And that's not okay with me, hence the vote. But what I did is something for 52 years. They've been trying to get Roe v. Wade into the states. And through the genius and heart and strength of 6 Supreme Court justices, we were able to do that. Now, I believe in the exceptions for rape, incest, and life of the mother. I believe strongly in it. Ronald Reagan did also. 85% of Republicans do. Exceptions. Very important. But we were able to get it, and now states are voting on it. And for the first time, you're going to see, look, this is an issue that's torn our country apart for 52 years. Every legal scholar, every Democrat, every Republican, liberal, conservative, they all wanted this issue to be brought back to the states where the people could vote. And that's what happened. Now, Ohio, the vote was somewhat liberal. Kansas, the vote was somewhat liberal, much more liberal than people would have thought. But each individual state is voting. It's the vote of the people now. It's not tied up in the federal government. I did a great service in doing it. It took courage to do it. And the Supreme Court had great courage in doing it. And I give tremendous credit to those 6 justices.
There is no state in this country where it is legal to kill a baby after it's born. Madam Vice President, I want to get your response to President Trump.
Well, as I said, you're going to hear a bunch of lies, and that's not actually a surprising fact. Let's understand how we got here. Donald Trump hand-selected 3 members of the United States Supreme Court with the intention that they would undo the protections of Roe v. Wade. And they did exactly as he intended. And now in over 20 states, there are Trump abortion bans, which make it criminal for a doctor or nurse to provide health care. In one state, it provides prison for life. Trump abortion bans that make no exception even for rape and incest, which understand what that means. A survivor of a crime of violation to their body does not have the right to make a decision about what happens to their body next. That is immoral. And one does not have to abandon their faith or deeply held beliefs to agree. The government, and Donald Trump certainly, should not be telling a woman what to do with her body. I have talked with women around our country. You want to talk about this is what people wanted? Pregnant women who want to carry a pregnancy to term, suffering from a miscarriage, being denied care in an emergency room because the healthcare providers are afraid they might go to jail, and she's bleeding out in a car in the parking lot. She didn't want that. Her husband didn't want that. A 12 or 13-year-old survivor of incest being forced to carry a pregnancy to term. They don't want that. And I pledge to you, when Congress passes a bill to put back in place the protections of Roe v. Wade, as President of the United States, I will proudly sign it.
Guys, let me tell y'all something, man, before we get back to this video, bro. I got to put y'all up on game, right? Because somebody came in my chat talking about why is he playing this old video. I'm playing this video for a reason, right? Because I want y'all Democrats to realize this is why Kamala Harris lost. Y'all see this woman is up there at the podium telling all them lies, accusing Donald Trump of Project 25, accusing this man of this, accusing this man of that. And now that y'all can actually see, right, Everything that President Donald Trump talked about at that debate that he was going to do for this country, he's in fact doing it right now. So that's just a perfect reminder, man. You know what I'm saying? Say, I ain't got to sit here and make nothing up. Everybody trying to say, well, what is he doing? He said he was going to do X, Y, and Z. He ain't did that. I'm showing it to y'all. That was the whole purpose of me showing y'all that video. Just to let y'all Democrats know, it's no secret as to why Kamala Harris was defeated in the presidential. I mean, she lost at the debate. She lost at the debate. She shouldn't even never accepted the debate against Donald Trump from the beginning, bro. Folks weren't trying to vote for no Kamala Harris. Who is Kamala? Kamala's a nobody, man. You see what I'm saying? So what y'all need to do, man. I'm gonna tell you something, right? And I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm gonna let y'all slide through the cracks, man, because right about now, I'm really upset and ticked off, mainly and most so at black people, man, for sitting here allowing people like Kamala Harris, Cricket Joe Biden, and that whole entire demonic Democrat system from 2020 to 2024 to continue to manipulate y'all, to make y'all feel a certain way about this man, when we know and understand Donald Trump is the best thing that listen. I'm gonna repeat every day I come on my live stream. Let me put y'all up on game for all you new viewers, and I need y'all to hit the like button. If you're a Republican, I need you to be typing that like button right now. Get the likes up. We at 107, bro. Get the likes up. Let's get the likes going, bro, because we ain't got but 15 more minutes on this live stream, and I'm gonna get out y'all hairs. But at the end of the day, every day I come on here, I'm going to talk about President Donald Trump. I'm going to talk about the things that Donald Trump is doing for this country. I'm going to talk about the things that Donald Trump said in the past that he's going to do for this country. And ain't nothing going to stop it, man. That's what we got to do. We got to keep reminding these Democrats that what Donald Trump is doing now is the same shit they should have been doing when they was in office. But they failed us. And it is what it is. Can't nothing or nobody tell me I'm saying anything wrong, bro. I'm going to keep it a bean. I'm going to keep it 100. I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm going to keep it 1,000. That's what I'm here to do. And we on the road to 70,000 subscribers, bro. We on the road to 70K. We got to reach 70,000 subscribers, man. We need 100,000 subscribers to get that YouTube plat. And once we get it, we're going to put MAGA on it. I'm going to have YouTube to engrave MAGA on that plat. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we all done together. We all came together to make America great again, bro. You know what I'm saying? Salute to all my peoples out there in the YouTube world that support the channel, that support the platform, and appreciate the time and the energy and the effort that I put into everything that I do. I'm not perfect. This is just me. This is just how I like to operate. I just like to come on here and talk about Donald J. Trump. That's what I like to do. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. Shout out to everybody else out there that doing their thing. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, I got a question for y'all, bro. If you're a Donald Trump supporter, type MAGA in the chat right now. That's right, Renee. Let's make it happen. If you're a Donald Trump supporter, type MAGA in the chat right now. Type MAGA in the chat right now. Because I'm not done. We're going to look at some more of this video. I want y'all to see how Kamala Harris embarrassed herself and made the daggone Democrats look bad, bro. That's the whole purpose and reason of me playing that video. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. MAGA Nation. MAGA Nation. MAGA Nation. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Let me find it. Let me see what's going on, man. Because, see, yesterday, we slacked yesterday. Yesterday, we slacked on the views yesterday. You know what I'm saying? We got to hit 25, 30,000 views every time we do a live stream. You feel what I'm saying? MAGA Nation. I am good supporter, not a leader supporter. I feel you. MAGA. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. So listen, if y'all want to see some more of that debate, if y'all want to see some more of this debate, let me know. We're going to run for cover soon. That's what Trump did. Trump train. You already know Trump train for the win, bro. 100, Jermaine. Nelly be right. Kamala, that's right, she trifling. That's right. Nelly was on point. That's what I was trying to tell people. Even Nelly said that she married that white man. That was a fake move. That was a move to try to win the election, man. To try to gain the white peoples and all that stuff there. Uncle Donald Trump. That's right, Uncle Donald Trump. That's right. That's right, Renee. You already know what time it is. That's right, Rudy Trump 20. That's right. Let me get this video going, man. Because we got like 11 minutes before this live stream ends. And I'm trying to hit 25 to 30,000 views off this live stream. So let's get this video going.
We're going to turn now to immigration and border security.
Immigration.
It's important to Republicans, Democrats, voters across the board in this country. Vice President Harris, you were tasked by President Biden with getting to the root causes of migration from Central America. We know that
has said that you would veto it if it did come to your desk.
Well, I didn't discuss it with JD. In all fairness, JD, and I don't mind if he has a certain view, but I think he was speaking for me. But I really didn't. Look, we don't have to discuss it because she'd never be able to get it. Just like she couldn't get student loans, they couldn't get student loans. They didn't even come close to getting student loans. They taunted young people and a lot of other people that had loans. They can never get this approved. So it doesn't matter what she says about going to Congress. Well, wonderful. Let's go to Congress. Do it. But the fact is that for years they wanted to get it out of Congress and out of the federal government. And we did something that everybody said couldn't be done. And now you have a vote of the people on abortion.
Vice President Harris, I want to give you your time to respond, but I do want to ask, would you support any restrictions on a woman's right to an abortion?
I absolutely support reinstating the protections of Roe v. Wade. And as you rightly mentioned, nowhere in America is a woman carrying a pregnancy to term and asking for an abortion. That is not happening. It's insulting to the women of America. And understand what has been happening under Donald Trump's abortion bans. Couples who pray and dream of having a family are being denied IVF treatments. What is happening in our country? Working people, working women who are working 1 or 2 jobs, who can barely afford childcare as it is, have to travel to another state to get on a plane sitting next to strangers, to go and get the health care she needs, barely can afford to do it, and what you are putting her through is unconscionable. And the people of America have not, the majority of Americans believe in a woman's right to make decisions about her own body, and that is why in every state where this issue has been on the ballot, in red and blue states both, the people of America have voted for freedom.
Vice President Harris,
Excuse me, I have to respond. Another lie. It's another lie. I have been a leader on IVF, which is fertilization. The IVF, I have been a leader. In fact, when they got a very negative decision on IVF from the Alabama courts, I saw the people of Alabama and the legislature 2 days later voted it in. I've been a leader on it. They know that, and everybody else knows it. I have been a leader on fertilization, IVF. And the other thing, you should ask, will she allow abortion in the 8th month, 9th month, 7th month?
Come on.
Okay, would you do that? Why don't you ask her that question?
Why don't you answer
That's the
question?
problem.
Would you
Because
veto?
under Roe v.
Answer
Wade,
the question.
you
Would you veto?
could do abortions in the 7th month, the 8th month, the 9th
That's
month,
not true.
and probably after birth. Just look at the former governor of Virginia. The governor of Virginia said we put the baby aside and then we determine what we want to do with the baby.
President Trump, thank you.
we're going to turn now to immigration and border security. We know it's an issue that's important to Republicans, Democrats, voters across the board in this country. Vice President Harris, you were tasked by President Biden with getting to the root causes of migration from Central America. We know that illegal border crossings reached a record high in the Biden administration. This past June, President Biden imposed tough new asylum restrictions. We know the numbers since then have dropped significantly. But my question to you tonight is, why did the administration wait until 6 months before the election to act? And would you have done anything differently from President Biden on this?
So I'm the only person on this stage who has prosecuted transnational criminal organizations for the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings. And let me say that the United States Congress, including some of the most conservative members of the United States Senate, came up with a border security bill which I supported. And that bill would have put 1,500 more border agents on the border to help those folks who are working there right now overtime trying to do their job. It would have allowed us to stem the flow of fentanyl coming into the United States. I know there are so many families watching tonight who have been personally affected by the surge of fentanyl in our country. That bill would have put more resources to allow us to prosecute transnational criminal organizations for trafficking in guns, drugs, and human beings. But you know what happened to that bill? Donald Trump got on the phone, called up some folks in Congress, and said, kill the bill. And you know why? Because he'd prefer to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem. And understand, This comes at a time where the people of our country actually need a leader who engages in solutions, who actually addresses the problems at hand. But what we have in the former president is someone who would prefer to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem. And I'll tell you something, he's going to talk about immigration a lot tonight, even when it's not the subject that is being raised. And I'm going to actually do something really unusual, and I'm going to invite you to attend one of Donald Trump's rallies, because it's a really interesting thing to watch. You will see during the course of his rallies, he talks about fictional characters like Hannibal Lecter. He will talk about windmills cause cancer. And what you will also notice is that people start leaving his rallies early out of exhaustion and boredom. And I will tell you, the one thing you will not hear him talk about is you. You will not hear him talk about your needs, your dreams, and your desires. And I'll tell you, I believe you deserve a president who actually puts you first. And I pledge to you that I will.
Vice President Harris, thank you. President Trump, on that point, I want to get your response.
Well, I would like to respond.
Let me just ask, though, why did you try to kill that bill, and successfully so, that would have put thousands of additional agents and officers on the board?
First, let me respond as to the
Please.
rallies. She said people start leaving. People don't go to her rallies. There's no reason to go. And the people that do go, she's bussing them in and paying them to be there, and then showing them in a different light. So she can't talk about that. People don't leave my rallies. We have the biggest rallies, the most incredible rallies in the history of politics. That's because people want to take their country back. Our country is being lost. We're a failing nation. And it happened 3.5 years ago. And what's going on here, you're going to end up in World War III, just to go into another subject. What they have done to our country by allowing these millions and millions of people to come into our country, and look at what's happening to the towns all over the United States. And a lot of towns don't want to talk. Not going to be Aurora or Springfield. A lot of towns don't want to talk about it because they're so embarrassed by it. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame. As far as rallies are concerned, as far as the reason they go is they like what I say. They want to bring our country back. They want to make America great again. It's a very simple phrase, make America great again. She's destroying this country, and if she becomes president, this country doesn't have a chance of success. Not only success, we'll end up being Venezuela on steroids.
I just want to clarify here. You bring up Springfield, Ohio, and ABC News did reach out to the city manager there. He told us there have been no credible reports of specific claims of pets being harmed, injured, or abused by individuals within the immigrant community.
Well, I've seen people on television.
Let me just say here, this is
the people on television say my dog was taken and used for food. So maybe he said that, and maybe that's a good thing to say for a city manager.
I'm not taking this from television.
But the people on television saying their dog was eaten by the people that went there.
Again, the Springfield city manager says there's no evidence of that. Vice President Harris, I'll let you respond to the rest of what you've heard.
You're talking about extreme.
So guys, let me tell y'all something, man, before I end this live stream. I'm about to cook me some breakfast, right? I'm about to cook me some grits, some eggs, put me some big boy cheese up in there, right? But what I want y'all to know, if y'all paying attention to that live stream, man, Kamala Harris is just being untruthful, bro.
And if you want to really know the inside track on who the former president is, if he didn't make it clear already, just ask people who have worked with him. Former chief of staff of 4-star
Yo, Kamala Harrison is full of it, man. Full of lies, man. She's full of lies, boy. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. She's full of lies, bro. It is what it is. But y'all get it, though. All I can say, I don't know about the next person, but what I can say is that Donald Trump did what he said he was gonna do. So it don't really matter what Kamala talking about no more. You feel me? That's right. We'll put me a little pepper in here in my water. A little pepper, a little salt. Nelly could never check Kamala. What? He done already did it. He done already checked Kamala. What you mean he can't check Kamala? Nelly done already checked Kamala, bro. Yeah, I look like Snoop Dogg. Appreciate that. Snoop Dogg and Dogg. I wish I had Snoop Dogg money too. Yeah, I wish I had Snoop money. Not even with help of the reporter, she could win. That's right, because those people's up there was helping her, but you right. Yeah, but do that look like Snoop Dogg though? Appreciate that. I had potatoes and salad for breakfast. That sounds good to me. Well, can you send me some money? If I had it, I'd send it to you. Nelly got toilet teeth. He ain't ready to have that talk. Man, who is better, Kobe or LeBron? Overall, I think Kobe Bryant was a better scorer than LeBron, but overall, he's better. LeBron is the GOAT. Yeah, LeBron is the GOAT, man. The greatest player of all time. Kobe, Kendrick or Drake? Kendrick Lamar. No, Drake. I'm going with Drake. I'm going with Drake. Snoop Cat. Well, y'all here, boy. I need to shade too, man. I got to shade, man. I ain't even gonna hold you. It's kind of chilly. It's kind of chilly where I'm at, man. Kind of chilly. Look weird with this damn hood on my head, don't it? Yeah. It's kind of chilly where I'm at. I'm going to tell y'all something else too, man. Free P. Diddy, man. Free Puff Daddy. Free Puffy. Oh, I got to get off, man. I'm over my hour mark. Damn. Let me make sure I can hit 25,000 views before I do. Oh, 24. We close. We close, guys. We close. We close. Let me get them numbers up. I'll be back on live here shortly, though, man. Let me go ahead and get this food right. Obama 2028 never happened. Man, I don't bump Cameron. Who is Cameron? Nobody. Yeah. Oh. All right, Renee, y'all have a good day because I'm finna get off as soon as I hit 25K. I gotta go. I gotta go. 10 to 20. No, he ain't gonna get no 20 years. Puff Daddy ain't gonna get that much time, man. No. Okay. All right, guys. I'm about to tap out. I hit y'all up on live again shortly.